Hi there my beautiful crocheters, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Susan and you are welcome to our channel. And my returning subscribers, thank you so much. So today we're going to be making this beautiful granny square. It is so cute. Look at those colors. But if you want, you can make yours solid with just one color, yeah, or you can play around with colors, be creative and make a nice square. You can join these and make blanket, bags, tops, whatever that you want. And the hook that I'm going to be using is a 3.5 millimeter, but you can use any size that you want that matches your yarn. And yeah, if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel. For this project, we're going to need 3 colors of yarn, but you can use either 2 colors of yarn, you can use 1 color, you can use any type of color you want. And the yarn that I'm going to be using is cotton yarn, 100% cotton. Yeah. So I'm going to begin with the white yarn. Okay, so let's begin. So to begin, we're going to begin with magic circle, yeah, or magic ring. So we are going to make it like that, yeah, and then it's hold here on where they meet, they cross, and then we set the hook into the circle and then chain 1, yeah, to close up, and then we are going to chain 2 more, that is 3 chain. So now for this first part of the square, we're going to use cluster stitches, and to make cluster stitches, we're going to yarn over, then insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. Now we have 2 loops on our hook. Okay, so we don't finish that way, we're using double crochets. Then yarn over, insert a hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. Remember, this first one is going to work, this first chain is going to work as our double crochet. So now we are going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on our hook. So now the next step is we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go back into the circle. We're going to work another cluster stitch. So yarn over, halfway, this time around we're having 4 loops on our hook, yeah, then we yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on our hook, yeah. So now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, okay, then we go back into the circle, make another cluster stitch, sorry, 4 loops. Okay, now we're going to chain 4. The chain 4 is our corner, yeah, it's going to be our corner. So chain 4, go back into the circle and pull up a loop, okay, like that. Okay, so you're going to repeat this process until you have 8 cluster stitches, and then I'm going to come back and show you the next step. So now I'm at the end with 7 cluster stitches in the circle. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to put our 8th cluster stitch in the circle. That is crocheting 3 stitches together, 3 double crochet stitches together, yeah, like that. So lastly, we're going to make a chain of 2, and then we're going to slip stitch on top of that, on top of that first class stitch that we made. So slip stitch, but to slip stitch, since I'm going to change the yarn, I'm going to slip stitch with a different color of yarn, that is pink, yeah. But as I said earlier, you can just choose to go with one color. So I'm going to slip stitch with pink, and then pull up on both yarns so that we tighten up our work, and then make a chain. So this is how our circle is, our first round is looking like, yeah. So we're going to turn it at the back and pull up on this tail here just to make it tight, and then I'm going to cut it off. So this is what we have so far. Okay, so now we're going to go back. Now working with the pink yarn, going to chain 3, and then we're going to go into this space here, the corner space, and we're going to put we're going to chain 5. Okay, so we're going to go back into the corner here, and then we're going to put a cluster stitch. Okay, then chain 2, work another cluster stitch again in the corner, and that's chain space 4 chain space. Now we're going to chain 2, and then go into our previous chain 2 space here, and we're going to put 3 double crochets there. I'm so used to half double crochet. 3 double crochets there, stitches there, that is regular double crochets, yeah. And then chain 2. Now we can cut off the white yarn, we don't need it anymore. So after chain 2, we're going again to jump into our corner space here and put a set of cluster stitch, that is put our corner there. Okay, 1, okay, then chain 2, and then go on to the next and work regular double crochets into our previous chain stitch of 2. Okay, so this is what you're going to repeat. This is what we're going to repeat until we reach here. I'm going to find you here. Okay, just working cluster stitch into those chain stitches, and then working regular double crochets into the other 2 chain stitches. Okay, so now I'm at the end, and we're going to chain 2. Okay, so now remember we have a chain stitch here, the chain 5 stitch that we made. So we're going to put 2 half double crochets, 2 double crochets into the last space. Okay, and this chain stitch is going to work as our double crochet. So remember we chained 5, but we're going to count 1, 2, 3 and slip stitch into that last and slip stitch into the last, into the 3rd chain. Okay, like that, and then we're going to chain up 3 again. Okay, put 1 double crochet, and then the second one here. So now we're going to chain 2, okay, and then we go into our cluster stitch in the space, and then we're going to put we're going to put a set of cluster stitch here, okay. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we go into our chain space here and put 2 double crochets, and then we go into our 3 chains here and put a double crochet in each of the previous double crochet, and then 2 double crochet in the next chain space, and then we're going to chain 2, and then another set of cluster stitch in the space, in the next chain space, chain 2, chain 2, and then we're going to work in the space 2 chains, 2 double crochets, and then a double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, and then 2 double crochet in the chain space, so this is what you're going to repeat, okay. Cluster stitch in the corner space, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 half double crochets in the next until you reach the next corner, okay. Then I'm going to meet you here. So now I'm at the end. Remember, we already have 3 double crochets here, so we need 4. 1 2 3 4, so we have 7 double crochets, and we're going to slip stitch on top of the first chain like that, okay. So this is what we have so far. These are the corners, if you can tell, yeah, these are the corners of our granny square. So now I'm going to chain 3 up again, and I'm just going to repeat the same process for row 4. So now I've reached the end. Now I'm going to bring in my purple yarn, but again, you can stick to the colors you want, or one color, solid one. So now we're going to slip stitch onto our chain space there like that, and then we're going to yarn over with the purple yarn like that, okay. Then we're going to chain. So now this last row, this is my last row, but we're going to make it differently. So we're going to go back into that next chain space and put a double crochet and a double crochet in each of the next stitches like that. So I'm going to cut off this one. We're going to weave it in later. Okay. Like that. Okay. Two chain into our two stitches, two double crochets into our chain space. Okay, now this is where we're going to do it differently. Yeah, we're going to go to chain continuously. This time around we're not going to make chain space. Okay, so just putting double crochets continuously, and then and when we reach the space here, the corner space, we're going to put 3 double crochets. Okay, 2 and then 3. Okay, now we're going to make a chain of 2. 1, 2, go back into the space, okay, here, and we're going to put another set of 3 double crochets. Okay, like that. Okay, and then continuously putting 3 double crochets, rather putting double crochet in each stitch until you reach the corner, like until you reach here. I've reached our corner. Again, we put 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 3 double crochet in the same space. Continue making double crochets in each stitch. That is putting 2 double crochets in the chain space and then a double crochet in each stitch, 2 double crochet in the same space in the chain space. So repeating what we did here, we're going to continue until we reach here to fasten off our work. So now I've reached the end of our work, and we're going to fasten off by making a slip stitch on top of the chain, like that. Slip stitch, chain 1, and then you're going to pull up here. Now at this point you want to go ahead and cut off your yarn, okay, but I'm not going to cut it off since I'm continuing with my work in the next video that I'm going to be posting. Yeah, and this is our granny square, all done. So beautiful with those colors. I just love to work with colors. Yeah, with those colors. And yeah, hopefully I have explained very well. The video was easy to follow, and I want to thank you so much for watching and crocheting with me. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, or even share with your friends. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Have a blessed one. Bye.